Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Gelato Solution webinar today. My name is Erlene. Then I'm the pastry application chef for F&B equipment. Okay, so I will be conduct today Gelato Solution webinar. Let me introduce our company first before we go for topic today. Okay, we are from F&B Equipments. F&B Equipments have been in this industry for 43 years. Okay, we offer a comprehensive range of commercial kitchen equipment, okay, and appliance for restaurant, food outlets franchise, hotel, cafe, and hospital and academics. And furthermore, we also provide one-stop solution for your kitchen with food tech like RMS technology, okay, and machines and also food process can be digitalized. Okay, we also provide professional consultancy for commercial kitchen setup, okay, and project management for dealers, as well as we also provide after sales service. So this is the service from our F&B equipment. Okay, so not too much. Maybe let's go for today's topic, Gelato Solution webinar. If you really want to know more on our background and also our F&B, what else that we're doing, they also can visit to our website, F&B Equipments, to get further more information from there. Okay, so let's start today's topic, Gelato Solutions. Okay, so this is the agenda that we will going to cover later on. Firstly, we will let you know what is gelato. What is the difference between gelato and also commercial type of ice cream? Okay, of course, we will guide you step of making gelato, why you need this all the process, and we have do some live session. That means you know so that you can know more how is the whole thing in process, and we will show you some idea how to serve your ice gelato and also the costing and your startup plan. After that, at the end of the topic, we will have the Q&A sessions. So in the middle of we doing the presentation, if you have any questions that you you miss out or you're not really clear on that part, you can drop your question inside of the chat room there. We can answer you once we have the Q&A sessions. Okay, and yeah, another thing, I hope that you all can mute your mics so that everyone can listen clearly later on. Thank you so much. Let's start on today's topic. So gelato, what is gelato? Why is called gelato? The first one, everyone know, gelato is came from Italy. So it's an Italian style of ice cream. Okay, and the signature for the gelato is a low fat and it's less air content and it rich in flavor. And the always highlight they are healthy and natural. Let's go for the next so that you get more ideas why it's called as less fats, why it's called less air contains, why it's called rich in flavor and it's healthy and natural. So this is the comparison between the gelato and commercial type of ice cream. Okay, the first one just now I mentioned is lower fat. Okay, so fats contents is totally different. For gelato, the fats contents is only 3 to 10%. Okay, but for commercial type of ice cream, okay, there's high fats content which is 14 to 26%. What means of commercial type ice cream? Okay, in the commercial type, that means you always will find in the supermarkets, that's like the Wars or Nestle type, that's called as commercial type of ice cream. So for the next will be overruns. Overrun, which means the air contained inside to the ice cream. How many air contains? For gelato, is the lower overruns. Okay, it's 30 to 35% only. But commercial type of ice cream, okay, they can make it more fluffy. It can reach to 100 to 150%. What means of this percentage? Which means if you put 1 liter ingredients inside to the batch freezer, which is gelato maker, once you churn out to the ice cream, right, you may get 1.3 liter. Okay, the volume is increased, but the weight is still the same. But for commercial type of ice cream, you put 1 liter of the mixture inside of the machines, end out, it may reach to 2 liters. That is the difference between the gelato and commercial type of ice cream. Okay, the next one will be is the texture. So what is more dense and rich? Another one is to be more light and fluffy. So it's all related. So in that case, so once the overall is lesser, okay, so that the flavor will be richer. So if they use the natural ingredients inside to make gelato, right? Okay, so that you still can taste, okay, the flavor, the original flavor. But imagine if you put the natural ingredient inside the commercial type of ice cream, when it turns out, it becomes so light and fluffy, the taste will be tasteless. You will like lack of taste. So in that way, mostly of commercial type of ice cream, mostly they will put flavoring instead of they put the natural ingredient inside. This is the two difference. So that's why gelato, they will highlight they are more healthy and natural in that way because of the material they are using is different. So we go for the storage. For the gelato, of course, if you ask for the any chef from Italy or any chef, they will tell you gelato, actually we are more recommends you to do it freshly, daily. Okay, if you had chance, if you go for the Europe or Italy, you will find that every gelato shop, right? Actually, they have one gelato maker in their kitchen, so that they will make the gelato freshly. Once they're done, they only make the new batch to replenish. But of course, if you say like today you are a lot of outlets and you want to maintain the quality that you want to have the center kitchen to produce and you send to our outlets, of course, we got another technology to help you to maintain the quality, which is the blast freezer technology. We will explain it more later on. But for the commercial type of ice cream, they can be keep longer shelf life, more than a year, because there are not much of natural ingredients inside. So there's no much to worry. They are using the flavor and their fat content is higher. Then go for the serving temperature. It's a much two different thing. The first one, gelato, we will serve it warm, only -11 to -14 degrees Celsius. But for commercial type of ice cream, we always serve it in -18 degrees Celsius. Actually, this one is because of the air content. If once the air content is lesser, right, it will turn harder. So if we serve the gelato in -18 degrees Celsius, you will find it's very hard to get a scoop. For the ice cream, because of it's very light and fluffy, so if you put it in the freezer, you still find that it's easy to get a scoop of ice cream. So this is the two different why we need to serve the gelato in the warmer temperature, because of the air content lesser, in more rich. But if you put the commercial type of ice cream inside to the gelato showcase or freezer, right, then the commercial type ice cream will get melt because of the temperature cannot hold it. Okay, because it's too light. If you make it warmer, that it will melt. This is the difference between the gelato and commercial type of ice cream. So let's go for the next. How to make gelato. This is the step in making gelato. The first one, we need a hand mixer, or we call it hand blender, to blend all the ingredients together. Then we need the pressurizer. This is optional. Later explain to you why it's called optional. Then next one, we will go for gelato maker. Then we will go through the blast freezer cycle. Then we will go for storage, or we serve it. Gelato showcase. Okay, so we will go one by one. The first one, the step one, ingredient mixing. Okay, so this is three main category when you want to make gelato. The first one, you need to make a gelato base. Okay, either you use a cream anglaise to make a base, or you can use some like premix powder in the market, or you also can do you can mix your own milk sugar and you add some stabilizer inside to become a base. Okay, the next one, you need a paste or call it filling. So in making gelato, we didn't call the paste as flavor, we call it as a paste because it actually is from natural ingredients. For the nuts one, mostly, right, they will really use the nuts and either they roast it, or after that they will blend it. into very fine, become a paste. Okay, this is originally from nuts. If for the fruit base, mostly they will do the process for the fruits and make it concentrated. Okay, with some sugar contained inside so that they can last longer. So they are more in natural way, not the flavoring way. So you will find some of the paste like strawberry, right? You will still find the strawberry chunk inside the paste. Okay, then the last one is the topping, or we call it coating. For the topping, mostly we need to do as a like decorations, okay, to make the appearance look nicer. Of course, the topping, another purpose is make the flavor and the taste nicer. Okay, it tastes more rich in flavor. And the coating normally is when we do the ice cream popsicle. Okay, then we will put the coating. Of course, we also have the coating just dip and it will set immediately. Then you can store inside freezer. But if someone asks me, can I make the pudding myself? I got just normal chocolate. Yes, it's a normal chocolate, but pudding has been formulated so it can last inside the freezer without cracking. Okay, but if you use the normal chocolate, if you put inside freezer, it will get cracked. This is why you need to invest to get the better pudding. Okay, so some of you will ask, where can I get those ingredients, right? Then we are provide solutions. So don't worry, we got another sister company, is from PKM Technology. We are carry the multi-bianco ingredients. Okay, multi-bianco is the gelato ingredient supplier from Italy. Okay, they are top 3 in Italy. So we are distribute their products. So yeah, you can search their website, you can get more information from there. Okay, if you say that halal, yes, we do have halal for those ingredients. Okay, so let's go for the next so that you got more idea how it works. So in making gelato mixture, okay, mostly method 1, there's more easier one, that's using premix. The premix can come from the powder form. Okay, so normally how we doing, we do add the hot water according to the premix itself, but it's required to have the hot water, which means we need to use hot water. Okay, normally we are using hot water and blend together with the premix powder. Okay, that's mostly is the natural flavor, it's a neutral flavor. So then we will add the paste. Okay, so we blend everything together with the stick blender. Then we will turn into gelato. This is the most simple one. Method 1 is the most simple one. Just need 3 items. But for the method 2, which is more complicated, but in this one, you can play around with the sugar. So mainly we are use milk and cream and sugar. Sugar, you can use the normal sugar, and of course you can reduce some sugar and add some dextrose inside as well. Then you may add some skim milk powder. Then we will use the base, we call it ultra 50 or super base, or we also, of course another one we call a multi base. It depends of your requirement, which texture or which flavor you prefer on. Okay, we will, of course, if you're really interested, you can contact us to get further information. We will guide you from there, see that which one is more suitable for your products. Then after that will be the paste. Okay, you can choose your favorite paste, then you will mix everything together. Of course, every process also they have their own requirements. Some of the base they require hot process, which means you need to heat up the milk in like at least 65 degrees Celsius and above. Then you blend everything together. Then after you blend everything together, then you have to transfer into either pressurizer or you put inside of the batch freezer. So this is the process, how to make the gelato mixture. Then go for the next one, will be composition of gelato. Okay, so you can see if you make gelato, this is mostly how we do the balancing of the recipe. So 58 to 62% is the water content. Then people will ask, why water? Just now you highlight gelato is maybe you will make in milk. Okay, but of course from the milk itself, for 80% to 85% is water content. Okay, only the 15 to 20% is other like milk solids or milk powder content. Okay, so from there, you can know water is 58 to 62%. Then we will go for the sugar, 16 to 22. Okay, of course, the sugar, the percentage you can reduce, but not too much because sugar is the anti-freezing agent. Okay, if you add too less of sugar, your gelato will turn very sandy and icy. Okay, so that actually sugar will help you to block from freezing and it make the gelato more smooth and creamy. And of course, others you got fats or other solid like stabilizer, emulsifier. Okay, so this is the composition, just as I'm sharing with you. And of course, in making gelato, the others than the ingredients and the machine you need, the recipe balancing also very important. So sometimes if you feel that, hey, how come my gelato so sandy or its texture it tastes so weird one, it maybe it's of the recipe itself haven't find the balanced way. Okay, so yeah, this is maybe you need to find out more. If you need our assist, you also can contact us. Okay, so go for the next one will be the pressurizer. Just now I have been mentioned, pressurizer is the optional. Why I say it's optional, you can see from here, because it's a medium large scientific needs for gelato chef. Okay, which means if you have the productions daily at least 30 liter and above, then you may need the pressurizer. Because one pressurizer is minimum is 30 liter, okay, up to 60 liter. So if you didn't have this much of production or capacity, then you can just consider to just use an induction cooker to heat it up the product on the stove. Just imagine if you want to heat up 30 liter ingredient on the stove, it will take you a couple hours there, okay? And you need a stuff to keep stir on the stove just to prevent it turn burn. Okay, so that's not the efficient way. So for the pressurizer, mostly how it works. The first one, the main purpose for pressurizer is help you to kill all the bacteria inside to the ingredient itself. Okay, because once we turn into the ice cream or turn into the gelato, you won't going to heat it up anymore. And bacteria only able to get killed once it heat up. So before we turn into the frozen, we need to kill all the bacteria. We go in pressurizer way. So they got two temperature you can choose to have it. The one is 65 degrees Celsius. The next one is 85 degrees Celsius. Of course, you also can choose. You can set your desired temperature, but make sure you have to above 65 degrees Celsius. Then the pressurizer itself will help you to bring down the temperature to 4 degrees Celsius automatically. And you can leave the mixture inside to the pressurizer up to 72 hours. Okay, so which means mostly how the production work, right? They will before they end the production daily, they will put the mixture inside to the pressurizer and leave it run for overnight. Then the next day they come in, they can use the mixture and direct produce into the gelato. Okay, this is how the whole process, the production way, how they run it. Okay, so go for the next after pressurizer, where you want to put will be the batch freezer. Also, some we call that gelato maker. So this is a process, it turns from liquid to frozen, from liquid to gelato. Okay, so in batch freezer, mostly they got three types. One is the horizontal. Horizontal is in this way. Mostly we will add the ingredient from the front of the machine and we will discharge the gelato also from the front of the machines. Okay, it goes through this way. The next one, vertical. Vertical is mostly we will add the ingredient from the top of the machines and they will turn in this way. And we will discharge it either is from the top as well, or we discharge from the front of the machine there. Okay, the next one will be the combination, which means they have the pressurizer and the batch freezer together, 2-in-1 machines. Yeah, that one we also have. You can just add the base on the top of the machine. They will start to heat it up. until 80 degrees Celsius. Once it's done, you can direct transfer the mixture to the batch freezer and churn into gelato. So in this way, and the product range per hour is 12 kg to up to 120 kg. This one, it depends of the machine capacity. Okay. Example, your machine's one cycle can able to make 10 liters. So one cycle mostly will take you 12 to 15 minutes. If we count in 15 minutes, so 1 hour you're able to produce 40 liter products. So it depends of your product capacity. And mostly for the gelato maker, we're able to make sorbet as well, because it's the same thing, just the sorbet. What's the difference between gelato and sorbet? Sorbet is the ice cream or gelato without dairy products, without milk, without cream. It's normally it's a sorbet mostly in present in the fruits way lah, fruit sorbet lah, which means only the puree add together with some sugar and stabilizer, then turn into ice cream. We call it sorbet. No dairy product, no milk, no cream. So this is how the batch freezer work. That means how the gelato. Firstly, we will add the product base. That means the mixture inside to the machine barrel. Then we will start to on it. Then the agitator, which means the blade inside to the machine, will start to churn. That one is help you to mix and combine and make sure the temperature are reached evenly. Okay, and also it helps you to spread, because the freeze type is from the side of the bowl. Okay, so you spread it out so that everything can be freeze in the same time. Okay, then after that it will turn into the gelato. Always, mostly one cycle it take you 15 minutes. Some is the more powerful machine is less than 15 minutes. Okay, so in that process, when it start to churn, it will incorporate air inside. It will create the overrun. So the 30% to 35% is from the mixing there. Okay, once it's done, the temperature out from the batch freezer is -7 to -9 degrees Celsius. So let's go for the next. This is the product we have. The first one, the machine from Italy. The first one is called Cube 1.5. This one is more suitable for like R&D or the small scale, small productions use, because they're only able to produce 1 liter mixture one time. And then 1 liter, it may take you 15 to 20 minutes for done the process. Okay, this is very small machines and small capacity. Then go for the next one. Another brand we call it Frigomet. Frigomet is a gelato maker in Italy. It's from Italy. Okay, their countertop can up to 2 liter, and of course they got other size like 4 liter, 8 liter, and above there's the floor standing way. Then, of course, out of the Italy brands, we also carry a China brand we call as Wellcool. Okay, Wellcool is the same way. They got the countertop is 1 to 2 liter, and it can up to 10 liter is the floor standing unit. It's looked in this way. So, before we go for the next, maybe let's do some live sessions so that you can more idea how it's going to work the whole thing. I switch my camera. Okay, here. Today I prepare the base is premix type. Premix type is mostly come in this way, which means they help you to mix all the stabilizer, milk powder, sugar, everything in here. It's one packet only powder. What you need to do is just use the hot water to blend all together. Only you don't need to add you don't need to measure the milk, no need to measure the cream, no need to measure sugar and so on. Just the powder and the water and also the paste. I can show you something. Maybe here, this is the paste we carry. It's multi Bianco brands. Normally they come with thin because of that. They want to maintain the quality, the item inside, because this one is a premium type. Okay, and this is the vanilla that I'm going to show you, our vanilla paste. Okay, you can see it contains all the vanilla seed inside. It's very pure. Okay, it's very, very pure. So that its origin and the taste wise is good, very nice on it. not only can apply in gelato, you also able to apply the paste into the baking product like pastry. I want to make mousse. Can I be done? Yes. I want to make in what? Like chocolate filling, ganache filling. Yes, I also can apply the paste in that thing. Okay. So today I will going to show you. We call in Italian we call it ganduja. It's a Nutella type of the flavor. It's a hazelnut and chocolate flavor. Okay, so I prepared. So this one, I no need to go through the pressurizer part, but I need to use the hot water to make sure everything is compatible. Of course, the first one I use the premix powder lah. If you're doing your own one, you use another base type. Depends of your like the base inquiry part. Basically, if they require to use the hot water or hot milk, then you have to heat up the milk until it's really hot, then you mix everything together. Okay, so right now I just apply my hot water together with my paste, okay, and a little bit of cream to make the product is more rich. Then I add in my premix powder. This is the most easier way and zero error can be said. Of course, if you say that I want to control my sweetness, okay, for my own flavor and so on, of course, we got another option for the base. Okay, we have Pressurizer 50 and so on. That one is for you to control the sweetness lah. Then use the stick blender. Today I'm using is the Roboco type of stick blender. Of course, you can use your own home type, but this one is the commercial type, but it's more heavy duty. Just blend everything together. Course, you need to scrape out the citric powder. Then to make sure it's blend evenly. Okay, let me explain a little bit more of why I use this stick blender to apply on the gelato. Okay, firstly, this Roboco is a very old brand in market. Okay, it's from France, and this one you can see here is able to adjust the speed. Okay, for the some item you can adjust the speed up to 9 speed and so on. Okay, so that depends on what item you're blending. You can do the speed according the product you want to blend. Just need to make sure you blend everything well. Okay, so after blend everything, to check to make sure all my paste and my powder is blend together. Okay. Another 30-second blend, I think should be just fine. Okay, it's done blend. So after blending, after mixing, okay, I already used the hot water to do the simple pressurize it. So right now, the next one will be put into the batch freezer. As I mentioned just now, batch freezer got few types. Let me explain to you which one is which. So this is the vertical type, which means you pour the ingredient from the top, it will turn in this way. Okay, this is called as vertical type. So this is the cube that I mentioned just now. It's for 1 liter. It's very simple operate machines. They got 2 buttons here. One is the freeze button. Another one is the mixing button. Okay, once if you on both, without the timer on, it won't run. So why not we try to pour in about 500 gram mix inside. Okay, so to close, this both is the sensor. Okay, show you it properly. Then we on the timer. So you see, once I switch on the timer, the both of the lights will be on. Then the machine will start turning. As I said, these two open up. Safety guys. So this is the horizontal type. You can see this one able to fix 4 liter mix inside. Yeah, this is T4S, the Frigomet from Italy. Okay, so you can see the internal part. The missing part is this way, horizontal type. Okay, it's from the side one. You put in the mixture from the top. Here from the front, you put in the mixture, it starts to churn. Then this is the outlet. Okay, this outlet to discharge the gelato when it's ready. Okay, but this one minimum 2 liters, so I need to use it today. This to show you this is the horizontal type. Another one is the, as I mentioned just now, is the easy batch type from China. Okay, so this one they are good because they can control on the temperature. So I will stop my gelato when it reach -8 degrees Celsius. So once the temperature is reached -8 degrees Celsius, the machine will stop itself. Okay, this one also is the vertical type. You pour the ingredient from the top and mix in this, and this one another outlets from front, so they can discharge the product from here. Okay, so let's try to work on this one. This one minimum 1 liter, maximum 2 liter. So to make sure the outlet is closed, yeah, you pour in your mix inside. Okay. Then to close it, this is the sensor. Sensor is from here. This is the sensor. It's a magnet type. Close it. Then what you need to do is just one single press. You press on the freeze button. The mixing button will light on as well. Okay, so machine will start to work. Okay, so it will stop once it's reached -8 degrees Celsius. So when waiting our gelato been done, maybe let's continue our topic today. Depositor. This is an optional. It's because of not all of you need this depositor. Okay, what is this one for? If today you are selling the gelato in cup, in the small cup, maybe 100 grams per cup. Okay, and from there, if you just imagine if one day you need to produce 500 cups from there, okay, so you may need a lot of manpower to there just scoop the gelato inside of the cup. And if you manually scoop the gelato inside the cup, right, you will mess up the side of the cup, correct? But so this machine actually will help you a lot. Let's go into it. This machine requires mini fill. It's from Belgium. It helps in do the portioning, which means it helps you to do the depositor. It's very fast and accurate because of they are controlled by digital way, and it will more hygiene. Later, I will show you the video so you get an idea why I mean it's more hygiene. Okay, and it's easy to use, and it also able to save up to hundreds recipe. This machine also able to make multi-purpose use because it's not only able to make the gelato depositing. If you have other pastry products like cream puff, okay, or like some other mousse type or cream type, okay, or the macaron filling type, you also can and help you to depositing from there. Okay, maybe I show you some videos so that you get more idea how this works. Okay, so from the video, you can see how it works. Okay, that's a mini Q is a smaller machine we have. Of course, if you say that you want to make the bigger type, like 1 liter one, yeah, of course we get the bigger machine like this one, Gelato Uno depositor. It's also depositor, okay, but it's suitable for bigger portions. Okay, so go for the next. The next one after you done the depositing or either you done the gelato from the flat freezer. Yeah, normally it's -7, -9 degrees Celsius. Where you're going to put it, we will more recommend you to go through the process we call as blast freezing process. Okay, from this process, how it's work? Okay, what's the difference between that if you put the product directly inside of the freezer and you put it, go through the blast freezer first before you go into the freezer? Okay, actually there's quite much difference. The first one, you can see from the chart, from the diagram here. Okay, for the orange line, that's called as slow freezing, which means if you directly insert to the normal freezer. Okay, let me slightly explain to you what's the difference between normal freezer and the blast freezer. Okay, for the normal freezer, yes, the temperature is -18 degrees Celsius. But once the temperature is reached -18 degrees Celsius, it will be stopped and it hold it at there until the temperature drop until like maybe -15 or -14. Then only the compressor will start to run back. Okay, it will start to blow the cold air to make sure it's reached back to -18 degrees Celsius. Correct. So it's from that. Imagine if you done your gelato and you direct put inside to the freezer and the freezer already reached -18 degrees Celsius. It's from there, you just have to hold. Okay, so actually in the center of the fresh gelato, maybe it's not freeze enough, yet it will still melting. So once the ice is melting, it will transform into water. Okay, if after it's cold enough, the water will generate into the macro crystallization, which means the big eye crystal. So after a week or after 2 weeks, if you eat your gelato, you will find, why got crunchy thing inside? I didn't have any nuts inside. What? Yeah, that's the ice crystal generate. Okay, so but for the blast freezer, it's different. It's the process. Blast freezer is a kind of a process. Okay, it will reach blast freezer mostly is can reach -30 to -40 degrees Celsius. Okay, even though it reached -30 to -40 degrees Celsius, once the temperature is there, but the compressor and the fan is still working. It still keep blow the cold air inside to the chamber there. So once my gelato done, I put it inside of the blast freezer with the strong cold fans is blowing. Okay, so my gelato, everything will stop from melting. It will prevent it from melting. Okay, still maintain there. So this is how we stop and hold the quality from there. Okay, from the blast freezer. So it will stop and everything there, so that the texture, everything, it won't run out. So from there, you can see the micro crystallization will form and maintain to the initial of quality. It won't run out the gelato structure. Okay, you can see these two difference. Why we need to go through the blast freezer process. So for this one, is today you ask me that you have a lot of outlets and you want to keep the gelato in stock at least 3 weeks to a month. Okay, so from there we will really recommend you make sure you put your product through blast freezer cycle so that it helps you to maintain the gelato quality. Other than that, it also helps you to do the planning in productions because once you go through the blast freezer, you can increase the gelato shelf life. Then you can keep the gelatos longer than you put inside to the freezer immediately. Okay, once the shelf life is increased, the quality is maintained, then you can do your planning. You no need every day repeat the same thing, same small batch to maintain the quality. Maybe you can produce the quantity enough for a week. Okay, maybe day one you just produce the vanilla flavor and enough for a week. Okay, so that you no need to repeat at every single day. In that way, you can reduce your production hours, you can reduce your manpower OT time. So from there, so your production cost will be reduced as well. Okay, so this is the advantage if you go through the blast freezer cycle. Of course, maybe some of you will ask, is that necessary that I really need to go through the blast freezer cycle? Okay, if today you are you just want to produce a gelato for your own use, for your own maybe your own cafe use or maybe your own restaurant use, and you're able to finish the product in 5 days, yes, actually you can skip the blast freezer cycle. You can put your product directly inside of the freezer. It's not a big deal. You still can be done in that way. Okay, but if you say that, okay, I want to produce and inside the cup and I want to sell to my customer, then so that they can bring it back to share with their family and others, then from there, maybe I will more recommend you to have the blast freezer cycle because you have no idea once the customer they bought back, right? They will put inside freezer for how long. Okay, so yeah, you make sure you have the certain shelf life for the customer so that they won't taste the bad taste or ice crystal inside the gelato. So this that way. So go for the next one is the storage. Okay, storage freezer is important. Okay, it's important. Why? Even though you go through the blast freezer cycle, you go through the very good recipe balancing, and you go through everything is going in perfect way. You go through blast freezer cycle. If the freezer for storage doesn't work well, it will mess up your product's quality. Okay, so for the storage freezer, quality is very, very important. You make sure you get the freezer is very stable in temperature, always in -18 degrees Celsius. Of course, it can be colder, like -20 is much better. So because of if you didn't get the stable temperature to get the storage, and if you put the product inside to the freezer that you use it daily, at least you very frequent to open the freezer door like 20 times a day, then the gelato quality definitely will become drop. Okay, because of the temperature fluctuation is too much. Okay, so in that way, we will more recommend you to have just the freezer for storage only. The freezer is mainly for storage only. So in that way, the temperature stability is very important. It will help you to ensure quality and safety of your gelato. Okay. So yeah, make sure you choose the right freezer for your storage. The next one is display showcase. For gelato showcase, we always need to keep the temperature at -14 to -15 degrees Celsius. It's because we need to serve the gelato in -11 to -13 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the gelato showcase have to match the serving temperature. Other than that, gelato showcase always need to measure the gelato consistency. That means the temperature inside the showcase is always have to be stable, and it will be preserve the flavor, which means all the closer for the gelato showcase have to be perfect way. Of course, the gelato appearance have to attract the customer attentions. Okay, so you can see on the picture below, if you are today, you just want to have the small one, just one of the menu, maybe you have 3 flavor only, then you can choose to have the countertop small display showcase, only have 3 flavor. Or if today you are serving the gelato in cup and you want to display it out, you can have the display showcase in the countertop one. The last one is if you are running a gelato business and you are mainly sell your gelato, then you may need to get the showcase in that way. You can choose from 12 flavor up to 18 flavor. Yeah, you can choose, depends of your flavor you want to serve. So for the next one, other than the gelato showcase itself have to look nice, the gelato, just like I mentioned, the gelato itself, you have to do some decorations to attract the customer eyes for. Okay, so from there, you can see from the picture here, mostly of the gelato showcase, they will do some decorations on their gelato. After they will do some sauce, they will put some sauce on the top, they will put some fruits, they will put some nuts, or maybe do some decoration with the marshmallow and others, and some shape for the gelato itself. Okay, so making the shape, right, you have to make once the gelato out from the batch freezer, yeah? You cannot make the shape after you freeze it out, after you blast freeze it. If from there your gelato doesn't look smooth, it will look very rough. This is another idea. If today you don't want to have a shop or you have the kiosk, how you going to attract the customer to your kiosk? You can try, maybe you can consider to have a gelato cart. Because the gelato cart always will come with a fancy design. Okay, so from there, people from far can see your kiosk and they will come to you if it's attract them to come to you with a nice cart. Then this is the idea we were going to share with you. How you're going to serve your gelato to make it more attractive. Of course, to make it more Instagrammable. People nowadays, they like to take the nice picture from, you can the first one is a gelato cone only, but they do some design for their cone. They maybe do some charcoal cone and we dip a layer of chocolate. Then you also can do some sprinkle with the chocolate putting there, and you serve your gelato. Or other than that, you also can serve with different size of waffle, or you can serve with the choux pastry. Yeah, many ways you can able to serve, and you can make into the gelato cake as well. Other than that, you also can serve into the cup way. Okay, so you do some design, nicer design, and look it more elegant and nice, attract the customer. You can do in this way. This is some idea sharing with you. So that's all that we were going to share with you, the whole process of making gelato. Maybe let us recap that what we normally how is the step of making gelato. The first one, of course, the stick blender. I think that's what compulsory, because if without stick blender, maybe you're unable to mix well some lumps from the powder. Okay, so the next one, pressurizer, is the optional. Then the next one, after that will be the batch freezer. Without batch freezer, no gelato. Yeah. So the main thing, if you ask me, right, which one is the most compulsory equipments we need to invest if I want to make gelato? Of course, the first one is the stick blender. The next one will be the batch freezer. Okay, then after that, if you have enough budget and you want to produce more, then blast freezer is another way to choose it. After that will be the showcase or freezer. Okay, so not that much. Maybe let me show you some startup package. Okay, so this at least you have the idea how to jumpstart, how much budget you need to prepare to start up a gelato business. Okay, so right now today I will recommend you all have two packages. One is the basic package that only start with 12,900 only, which is involved. What is included is the stick blender and also a 2-liter batch freezer is on countertop type. So another one is advanced package. You enjoy the price only 22,400, and what you have inside? You have the stick blender, you have the gelato maker, and you have a blast freezer. Okay, so that's very reward of this price. And this one only valid for the first 10 customer will enjoy this price. Okay, other than that, you also will enjoy some service as in like free delivery, course within Plan Valley. The next one, you will have the free trial sessions, which is you can try your products. You can bring over your product to our showroom and test run on the machine first before you make the full payment. Okay, then you have the training provided, which means we will train your staff or your chef to know how to operate the machines and also on the cleaning SOP as well. Okay, so you also enjoy 1-year warranty. And lastly, we have the after sales support, because as I mentioned just now, we have the own technician team with under our own company. So just in case touch wood, if you have any problem on your machine, we will do the support from there. Okay, so okay, after you see on this price, many people will get shocked. So expensive. Don't worry, maybe we cover some costing so you get an idea how fast that you can get back this money. Is that worth for you to do the investments or not? Okay, so go for the next one, costing. Today I will use the most basic flavor like vanilla gelato. Okay, the vanilla, we're not using the flavor, we're using the real pure vanilla paste, okay, to make into the dish gelato. And today I share you two recipes. The one is the normal recipe, which is you need to measure the like milk, cream, sugar, and you will add some stabilizer inside. So the cost for 1 liter will be cost you 14 ringgit, 46 cents. The next one will be the premix type. Okay, for the premix one, it's more simple one. You just need to have the water, premix powder, and the paste, blend everything together. So this one, of course, it will be much more high cost due to its everything has been premixed for you. So 1 liter, it costs you 24 ringgit 34 cents. Okay, it's from here. Let's count in this way. Mostly we serve one scoop is roughly 100 grams. Okay, so one scoop, the cost per scoop is around 1 ringgit 45 cents to 2 ringgit 45 cents. Okay, but in the market selling price, mostly you can sell up to 790 to 890. Correct. Of course, if you make it more premium and with that as any other small topping, then you can sell up to 10 ringgit per scoop. From there, you can see if I minus up the selling price and my cost, you can find out the gross profit actually is much, the percentage of the gross margin is very good, very decent. It's 82%. Okay, so in this way, you can imagine if one day how many cups that you sell, then you can recover back. Let's see again on the price that you will enjoy. Okay, so it's 12,900 for the basic package. We count in this way. Maybe I will show you some ROI, how we do it. If, for example, today you are selling a pint type, it's a bigger type, okay? So one pint is 450 grams. So with the 450 grams, my cost is roughly 7 ringgit. But in the market, if the basic one is 20 ringgit, if you do something other sell, like you add some crumb inside, you add some others sauce inside, right, you may reach it more high price, but we get the standard ones, maybe 20 ringgit per pint. Okay, so make your gross profit is about 13 ringgit. Then imagine if one day your sales is about 10 pint. This is the worst scenario, yeah. If one day only 10 pint, but 1 month you get 300 pint. If from there you get 6,000 sales. Okay, after you minus up your cost, then you still have the gross revenue is about 3,900. Correct? This is the worst scenario. What if you get more sales, you get 10 pint per day, more than 10 pint per day? Yeah, so it's from here you can see the figure. Actually, you can get better revenue, you can get better investments, maybe in 6 months, okay? In 6 months, yeah, you can get back this 12,900. Why not? It's a good start for the gelato business. So what you waiting for? Grab the sales now, okay? If you're really interested with this package that we offer, you can contact our sales representative, like the person who WhatsApp you on this, share with you this webinar link, okay? So you can get the more info from them. Okay, so the next one we're going to show you will be the why you were going to choose F&B equipments. Okay, why? Of course, the first one, we have the after sales service. As I mentioned just now, we have the own team, one team of experienced technicians. So we also will keep the common spare part in our warehouse. Okay, so we do the delivery and installation service. Yes, and also if you have any problem with your machines that you purchase from us, don't need to panic, just contact back us, then we will send the technician to assist you from there. The next one, we got the on-site training, because as you know, we have our own in-house chef team. Okay, currently we have about 5 application chefs in our company. So we will provide training to your staff on like how to operate the machines, what you can do with the machines, and also, of course, the main thing is cleaning part, how to clean the machines. Okay, so we will also share some knowledge with your chef. The last one is trial session with chef. It means this is another service from F&B equipment, which means you're able to try our units. That means you can bring over your product and have a try here, so that you can see that get your expected result or not. And of course, from there, our chef also will give you some advice on the recipe, maybe. Yeah, so this is another service that we will provide to you. So yes, this is why we want to choose F&B, because we got all the service. Okay, so right now, let's see on our gelato first before we go furthermore. So let's have a look. Let me switch my camera. So stop. Then you can see how nice of the gelato itself is done. So this gelato is always smooth and nice in this way. And of course, it's still scootable. This is already -8 degrees Celsius. Okay, so it's always smooth and nice in this way. So can see, even though this small product, just now I get in, you can see the volume itself is kind of fluffy and it's gel in texture. Okay, and it tastes yummy. Okay. So you hear the alarm. This is another batch of the gelato is ready. It's already -8, and it's asked you to pour out. The stop. Then open up. You can see how smooth of the gelato. Okay, if you really want to get more on the ingredients or the equipment part, you can drop a message. Also, you can drop by our showroom at Setiawa Puchong. Okay, so you can see the real machines on this. So you can see how nice or how smooth of the gelato have been made, right? After it's done, yeah, the temperature is always -7 to -9 degrees Celsius. That one is done from the batch freezer. Okay, so yeah, what are you waiting for? You can get the sales now. Okay, so start up your gelato business. Okay, so we go for the next. Okay, so other than that, since we are the solutions provider company, right? So our F&B equipment also provide other solution as in like cold chill, snack and bakery equipment, beverage equipment, like dishwasher and holding equipment like warmer. Of course, we also provide the food and meat processing like stick blender, Robocop, and the mixer as well. And of course, other than that, we also provide some like other tools like Cambro, container, shelving, the heating lamp. Yeah, those things that you can get it if you need it. Either one, you can contact us or you can visit our website. Okay, so actually that's all for today, sharing of the gelato solutions. If you have any questions, please drop your question inside the chat room there. So we answer you now. Thank you.